Actually, siyempre sa direktiba po ng ating butihing Secretary Rex Gatchalian as the chairperson of the National Council on Disability Affairs, talagang pinapaigting yung mga pulisiya at programa pagdating sa persons with disability. And isa pong ito yung National Disability Rights Week. So, um, ito po yung recently, syempre pinapasalamatan din natin ang ating ah, President for approving this proclamation. So bakit nga ba natin um, uh, inamend yung proclamation from ito po yung copy ng proclamation at bakit nga po natin siya inamend from proclamation number 361 to proclamation 597 because previously for 45 years the name of the celebration is the National Disability Prevention and Rehabilitation Week, which is focused on the medical aspect of persons with disability. The reason why we advocate it to be a National Disability Rights Week is for us to empower our persons with disability and maging akma siya sa United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Persons with Disability. So we are advocating for the persons with disability to be empowered and for them to really para maintindihan nila at malaman nila kung ano ba yung mga programa at serbisyo na para sa kanila. So for our media friends, we prepared a data as of June 8 kung ilan na ba yung mga persons with disability sa ating dito sa Pilipinas. So we have, based on the Registry of Persons with Disability, we have database 1,887,82 that's aggregated into male and female. And in the next slide, makikita natin na yung physical ability, yun yung may pinakamarami talaga and disaggregated siya into categories. So sa tanong ni for the programs, so ang mga programa po for our persons with disability ay nakapaloob sa iba't ibang programa ng DSWD katulad na lamang sa 4Ps, meron tayong 48,094 households and 53,503 individuals na nabibilang sa 4Ps. For SLP, 2,052 na PWDs na serve na sa Sustainable Livelihood Program and meron po tayong programa na Cash for Work for Persons with Disabilities. Ito talaga yung developmental side ng programa para sa persons with disability kasi this is not a dole-out grant. Parang kailangan nilang mag-work para sila magkaroon ng para kumita sila. So we serve 265,000. So para naman dun sa tanong kanina ni Director Lara, kung ano ba yung ine-expect ng ating mga kababayan, lalong-lalo na ng mga persons with disability, we prepared po with the National Council on Disability Affairs, government agencies, non-government organizations. These are the programs and activities na nakalatag po simula sa July 15 up to July 23. Actually, may mga post activities pa. But we would like to highlight this morning the July 15 to 17 activities, which is the Philippine Convention and Expo. So for Philippine Disability Convention and Expo, gaganapin po ito sa SMX Convention, Pasay City. Katuwang po natin dito ang NCDA and non-government organization kasi di ba we would like to ensure that our programs and activities are whole of society approach, not only by the government but also by the non-government organization. So for this program, meron po tayong Project Inclusion Network, kasama po natin sila. So
Ate Karen, nabanggit mo kanina, 'di ba, nagtatrabaho yung mga persons with
Yes.
disabilities. Ang tanong ko lang, may batas ba na nagre-require sa mga companies to employ a certain percentage nung workforce nila na mga persons with disabilities? Kasi I understand dito sa DSWD, we are implementing that already, 'di ba? Meron tayong mga employees na persons with disability. In fact, kung napapansin nyo yung pangalan nun, yung putol yung braso, Richard. Si Richard putol yung braso noon dahil nung bata siya na ano sa pagawaan ng pandesal. Napabayaan yata ng nanay. Anyway, he can drive kahit gano'n. Tapos ano siya, nasa operations cluster siya, So may batas ba sa private sector to require them to employ a number of persons with disabilities?
Meron po tayong batas na nagre-require to have a 1%, but it's for uh 1% na
Ng workforce.
workforce nila should be 1% na dapat ma-employ
Pero
sila.
nai-implement ba 'to ng private sector? May mechanism ba to check kung talagang nag-e-employ sila ng 1% ng workforce as persons with disabilities?
The Department of Labor and Employment is a member of the National Council on Disability Affairs, and syempre 'pag member po sila, sa kanila nakaata, since private sector ay si DOLE ang si DOLE ang nagmo-monitor, sila po yung meron tayong
Sila yung in
mechanism,
charge, yeah.
yes, in charge in ensuring that all the laws for the PWDs ay nakaano po, na nako-comply ng ating mga private sector. Of course, including also, hindi po dun nase-separate yung government organization. We are also mandated to comply with the law. For this year, ang atin pong theme is promoting inclusion, celebrating abilities, and advocating the access. So for the DSWD, syempre as the chairperson of the National Council on Disability Affairs, kasama ng ating mga government agencies, non-government organizations ay nag-prepare ng mga activities for this. And lead po ang DSWD sa first July 15 to 17 activities na persons SMX convention, July 15 to 17. Ito po yung mga ina-expect natin na activities for the Philippine Disability Convention and Expo. First, the ribbon cutting and opening program for the Philippine Disability Convention. Meron po tayong convention para sa mga PDAOs, para at least they can also be aware of the new laws or kung ano pa po yung mga programa pa na dapat nilang malaman. And the Disability Expo. Meron po tayong 70 exhibitors for this event. Ito po, ano ba yung ine-expect ng ating mga persons with disability? And we just want to share that this expo is for free. Wala pong babayaran ang ating mga persons with disability. So we have gallery by artists with disability, booth and business by and of persons with disabilities, government booths with accessible services, entertainment and performances of talented persons with disabilities. Meron din po tayong raffle and giveaways and job fair and work opportunities. And we have list down po all the exhibitors. Parang nilalagay po natin sila sa isang area para isahang punta lang po ang ating mga persons with disabilities. Kung ano man po yung mga kailangan nila, ma-access po nila dito sa SMX convention. So meron po tayong DFA for the passport renewal, PSA for the national ID, and so on and so forth. So ito po yung tinatawag nating whole of society approach, government and non-government organizations, because when the government and the private sector collaborates, ito talaga yung nagagawa. Talagang maganda at naaangko para sa ating mga vulnerable.
Ito yung whole of nation approach.
Yes, ang whole of nation approach. SAS, meron din po tayong yung mga gusto pong makilahok sa walk, run, and roll. So meron po tayo sa July 20, Saturday. So ito naman po ay pinangunahan ng ating Philippine Sports Commission. So July 20 po ito, meron na pong mga materials or na kung saan pwede pong mag-register. So pwede pong sumama and inaanyayahan po natin ang ating mga kababayan, persons with disability of course and government and non-government for this. The venue will be at the UP Academic Oval. So meron po tayong 1 kilometer, 3 kilometers and 5 kilometers.
May premyo ba?
Ayun, yun po.
Prizes?
Meron pong hinandang prizes. Open to all persons with disability and their families po ito. Number of attendee, 8 sa July 20.
So, ASEC, para talagang medyo madami tayong activities itong mga susunod na araw para sa ating with disabilities. Pero balik lang ako dun sa Philippine Disability and Convention and Expo. Tama ba ito yung kauna-unahan na Philippine Disability Convention and Expo natin?
Actually, ito yung kauna-unahan na part ang government. Last year, the Project Inclusion Network already as non-government organization already conducted this activity.
Similar expo.
Yes, similar expo siya. But not the convention. Expo siya na pwedeng pumunta doon yung mga persons with disability, access the
Yung mga
programs and
services.
services. But for now, si government na po yung nag-lead for this this will be an annual event for our persons with disability.
Maganda yung sa disability, no? Pero marami pa rin ba na reklamo, complaint sa tanggapan nung DSWD or particular sa opisina niyo, attorney, na meron pa ring mga businesses or meron pa ring mga serbisyo na hindi sumusunod, nagbibigay ng discount or nagbibigay ng access sa mga disability. May mga figure ho ba tayo or may mga at gaano kabigat ang parusa kapag hindi nagko-comply sa pagbibigay ng serbisyo para sa mga person with disability natin. Kasi sabi niyo buuin yung PWD.
Thank you po. For the DSWD, of course, we have our grievance mechanism na pinapangunahan po yan ng ating head ng Agency Operation Services, si Director Lara. And we have also the grievance mechanism of the National Council on Disability Affairs Secretariat. So pag may mga nare-receive po tayo na complaints, tinutugunan po ito ng ating AOS, katuwang ang National Council on Disability Affairs. And ginagawan po natin ito ng aksyon, nire-request yung organization or the private sector na nag-violate, kinukol yung attention nila para at least they can comply. Alam ko may mga recent hearings na naganap dahil sa non-compliance of one organization or business organization. I will not mention na po kung saan po at kung sino yon. Pero yun, isa po yun sa example. Yun po, thank you.
Follow-up ko na, gaano kabigat yung parusa?
Meron po sa batas na kapag may mga non-compliance, indicated naman po doon kung ano yung mga penalties na pwede nilang kaharapin kapag hindi po nila kinomply yung specifically the 20% discount for persons with disabilities na on top pa po ito doon sa VAT exempt. Kasi yung iba inaano po siya ang tawag doon, kino-combine, yes, iniisa. So magkahiwalay po 'yon na magkahiwalay na benefits ng ating persons with disability.
Okay. Lang nung gaano kabigat yung parusa? Anong pwede?
Ang ginagawa po ng ating AOS and NCDA, ire-report po natin sila kasi 'di ba ang business sector ay si DOLE ang may nagmo-monitor. So yung non-compliance, iro-report po natin sila sa ah, tamang ahensya kung sino po yung dapat na magparusa sa kanila. Then that will take off na po doon yung process.
Ma'am, for the record, can a business be closed because of not giving a service or not giving access to a person with disability? I think that's what we're trying to get at. What's the maximum? Just for the record, because I know meron sa batas, I know there's a grievance, we know there's a grievance mechanism. We know that there's this whole process that you take if you're complaining and you're going to wait a really long time. Pero on the maximum, just for the record, can a business be closed for not giving a discount to persons with disabilities, not having the ramps or not giving access, making life, or if the person with disability has experienced any kind of discrimination, varying degrees, can they be closed?
One of the options, but the closure, kasi di ba yung mga business permits, si LGU po ang provide. So the due process will still be, but that pwede pong doon magpatungo yung penalty. I mean yung kanilang violation. Kung pwedeng closure kapag kasi kapag binayolate or nirevoke na po ng LGU yung business permit niya because of the non-compliance, but that would constitute yung due process pa po talaga.
Can the DSWD complain, file a
Can-
complaint
we can
against the, and parang of what nature? Siguro for the benefit din of persons with disability, kasi if meron ng involvement yung DSWD, more involvement now than siguro before sa affairs of persons with disability, ano yung action ng DSWD in the event that you have these complaints by businesses or organizations that are outright discriminating against PWDs or not giving them their due?
Yes po, the DSWD can report. So for example, yung mga recent po na na-experience na para actual case po tayo, i-report po yun ni DSWD sa kung saan pong LGU siya jurisdiction para po at least makapag-action si LGU. And another option is to report it to the DOLE or to the LGU na may jurisdiction po doon sa organization o doon sa business.
Sorry, anuhin ko na, as in talagang didikdikin ko na, if I were a person with disability, tapos hindi ako binigyan ng 20% discount, tapos tinawag akong gulay sa isang business or something, I'm on a wheelchair and all. Is there a one-stop shop na, or is there a way for me to make it easier for me to get my redress, or ako yung iikot?
Ano po, we have the person with disability affairs office. Mandated po ito ng batas. Meron po ang ating local government unit nito. Pwede po silang, since syempre si DSWD nandito sa Quezon City, paano nga naman yung mga magrereklamo sa Pasay, sa or region 9 for example. So the law, meron pong law mandating LGU to have a persons with disability affairs office. Doon po sila pwedeng pumunta para at least naka-streamline po yung ating mga reports.
Okay.
Vic.
Ma'am, clarification lang doon sa binabanggit nyo kanina na yung mga persons with disabilities natin ay qualified na makapagtrabaho tapos bibigyan ng financial assistance. So, ano pa yung other criteria maliban na mayroon silang kapansanan? Sila ba ay they belong to Police of the Poor or what?
Yes po. Actually, yun pong program na Cash for Work for Persons with Disabilities, it is not only for the persons with disability. Kasi si DSWD po, no, pag nagpo-provide siya ng programa ay ng serbisyo, hindi lang po doon sa vulnerable, pati po yung kanyang pamilya. Actually, pati nga community din. So, dito po sa Cash for Work for Persons with Disability, kahit po hindi yung persons with disability yung mag-work, pati po yung kanyang, for example, meron siyang tatay o yung immediate family. So, yun doon.
Magkano po yung binibigay na halaga?
Natin, it's a maximum of 90 days, minimum of 10 days for um minimum minimum wage the regional minimum wage po. Thank you.
Okay, thank you po.
Ma'am,
Rambo.
Rambo Labay ng DCXL. Meron bang record kung meron man ang inyong ahensya tungkol doon sa person with disabilities na nagkaroon ng discrimination o kaya hindi tinatanggap ng mga kumpanya o doon sa mga convenience store na 20% discount, na-i-refer nyo sa mga LGU o kayo o sa DOLE, meron bang kayong record kung meron man more or less dito sa NCR kung ilan yung mga tumatanggap o nabigyan nyo ng kaukulang action?
Meron po yun since may grievance mechanism na na-receive yung mga reports, and we can provide the data right after the this media forum.
Jelly Mendez po from DWIZ. Yung sa cash for work program po ng regarding dun sa mga disabilities, kayo po yung mismong nagre-refer dun sa magiging trabaho nila or meron po kayong coordination sa mismong sa mga LGUs or private sectors?
Meron pong coordination. Actually, this program is being implemented by the Kalahi Seeds. So community-driven approach po yung cash for work for persons with disabilities.
Ma'am, di ba meron tayong expo na gagawin? Possible ba na magkaroon din kayo ng job fair pero only for disabilities naman? Kasi di ba sa mga LGUs naman or sa mga lungsod, talagang nagkakaroon ng job fair pero parang hindi nagkakaroon ng pagpunto ba kumbaga sa mga disabilities.
Yes po, actually ito pong expo talaga ay para sa ating mga persons with disabilities at para sa kanilang mga pamilya. So, yun po talagang kung dahil may job fair po doon po sila pili kung ano po yung kanilang trabaho na pwedeng pasukan.
Harry.
Question po. Hari Ilagan po from UNTV. Hingi lang po ako ng update po sa qualification po natin kung sino-sino po ba yung pwedeng kumuha ng ID ng persons with disability. Kasi po marami po nowadays na mga normal naman po silang tingnan. What I mean is, talagang normal sila malalakas, tapos meron silang ID, tapos makikipagbunong braso sila sa mall, sa restaurant and everything na, ay, ano yan, punahin nyo kami, persons with disabilities kami, etc., etc. Nakikipag-away po sila. Pero, kung i-analyze mo, ang isang taong yon, very normal naman siyang tingnan. Ano po ba yung mga qualification po na, hingi po kami na updated. Thank you po.
Thank you po for that, no. So for the persons with disability, we have 10 categories as of this moment po. First, the speech impairment, learning disability, intellectual disability, mental disability, visual disability, psychosocial disability, physical disability, deaf and hard of hearing, cancer and rare disease. Baka po yung mga nakikita ninyo na parang physically fit at hindi apparent yung kanilang ability, yung nasa rare disease at yung may mga cancer. So for now po, meron na po tayong draft new guidelines on the categorization of persons with disability. I-update po namin kayo kapag natapos na po ito. Last meeting with the board, na-present na po ito. And rest assured na this new rule will be cascaded through the local government units and mga i-implement pa ng issuance ng ID. So, pero naiintindihan po namin yung sentimiento na marami talaga nga na hindi apparent yung kanilang disability.
Opo, follow-up din po. Tsaka yung final approval po ba, DSWD po ba dito sa national o yung sa local government unit po na DSWD officer?
The issuance of ID is through the local government unit. It is mandated po under the law. Sila pa din po talaga yung nag-i-issue. But the guidelines in setting the rule on how kung sino magi-issue ng for example for the rare disease, sino ba yung magi-issue dapat ng certification? It is through the DOH, but pine-present din po siya sa board, sa NCDA board.
Secondly, nabanggit mo yung visual disability. Kasama ba diyan yung malabo ang mga mata? Yung mga nakasalamin?
Kasama po, merong certain pero ulitin po namin, dapat may certification din po yun from the specialist. Yes, yes, yes.
Ano yung may tinatanong?
May-
Yung sa metal.
Yes po. Yes po, kasama po siya pero dapat pa din po may certification na nag-undergo ng gano'ng surgery.